Hey, welcome back to Ghost Tracks Podcast. I'm your host, Tina, and I am here today with Corky from the Paranormal War Room.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Coming fresh off of the 4th of July.
No doubt.
Did you get any sleep last night, or were the fireworks just nonstop?
Well, I sleep with two 80-pound boxers, so yeah, me and my wife didn't get much sleep last night because they were scared to death. But hey, it's all in good fun though. We enjoyed the 4th, had a good 4th, man. What about you? Did you have a good one?
Yeah, I actually I have 5 dogs, and
okay, then you know all about that, then, don't
yes, you? I do. 4 of them are mostly okay. They're all large breed, but my one husky, she's 12 and a half years old. She does not like fireworks or the storms or anything that we've been having in, mass quantities lately here up
If it's
in
anything
Indiana.
like my little small town I live in, it sounded like a freaking war zone last night.
Yeah.
So,
yep. All my neighbors, we live in an HOA. I have lots and lots of neighbors, and they were all putting them off last night. My poor dog was like, help.
Right.
All night. So, well, I'm glad you had a good 4th, albeit a little bit of a loud one.
No
but
doubt.
I always sit outside and watch them, and I love the fireworks. I just wish my dogs all were on the same page.
Right.
All right. Well, so you host a paranormal podcast as well.
Yes.
Can you tell me, like, when that got started? When did you start yours?
Well, I started podcasting in about 2.5 years ago, just because, becoming a middle-aged man, you're either going to buy a Corvette or, in my case, you start a podcast, So all my kids are getting grown. I've got 3 kids. My youngest is 17 now. My oldest son starts graduating high school. Then my daughter graduated high school. So my baby's 17. He'll be graduating high school this year. So, I grew up listening to a radio show called Coast to Coast AM. I would always listen to it when we would go take trips or driving into work in the mornings and stuff like that. And there was a host on there called Art Bell. His name is Art Bell. He's passed away now, but man, he would interview some of the craziest people, and it was all paranormal related. Well, I say that, but you could call in and tell him you was a werewolf, or you could tell him he was a vampire, or you could be a time traveler, but he would talk to everybody, man. And I loved that show. And I always said, if I was ever able to do anything like this, I'd like to do it. Of course, back then, you just couldn't make a podcast. You had to have a radio station and stuff like that. But nowadays, if you're willing to put the work in and learn how to do it, you can do it. So that's what I did,
Okay. Well, I love that. Sounds like we're very similar as far as stages of life go. I have 4 kids.
There you go.
And 3 of them have already graduated high school. My baby is also 17. He'll be 18.
I feel your pain so much.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
And so he'll be graduating this year as well. And I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Same. Yeah. My wife started reading books, and I started a podcast. So here we are.
I obviously already have the book thing going.
Yeah.
But so I started Ghost Tracks January of 25. And I've had some hiccups along the way. And, it's a go, and we get, a good thing going. And then May happened, and my one son was graduating, and then we had the grad trips and everything. And I had pre-recorded episodes with people, and I had scheduled all but one, I thought. And I did not. I forgot.
I feel you. I feel you.
So it was like a month and a half of absolutely nothing from me. And I didn't realize it until the investigative team that I work with. He said something like not even a week ago. And I was like, you're kidding. And so I got on my phone and was looking through my podcast, on Apple, and sure as shit, I did. I forgot.
I feel you. I put up an ad a few weeks ago because I do another podcast with me and my friends. It's called Remember That, and we just discuss horror movies every week. And the Paranormal War Room is doing very well, but Remember That is doing very well, if you know what I mean. So that's my main podcast. I have 2 passions in life. It's talking to people about ghosts and stuff, and talking about scary movies with people. So, I just had this big horror convention, and we all, like, two of our co-hosts live in Texas, and I live in Tennessee, and they drove all the way from Texas to Tennessee, a big 12-hour drive, and we all just met and went to this horror movie convention. I had all this going on, and I put up an ad a couple weeks ago to get some guests for this show, because I like to post at least once every 2 weeks, post a show once every 2 weeks, something like that.
Right.
And dude, I got slammed with people just
left and right. Me.
Yes. I mean, it was unreal. And I told my wife, I said, I'm not covered up for 3 months straight.
I love that.
Well, I mean, I figured out that I'm not good at scheduling because just before me and you got on here now, I was doing an interview with some people that just text me up out of the blue. Hey man, are we still on for today? I'm like, what? What do you mean we're still on for today? So I got to looking and I had agreed to, for them to come on my show, but I didn't write it down anywhere. I didn't put it on my calendar. And so I told my wife, I said, you're going to have to be my secretary because I can't keep up with all this stuff. So
I can't do this on my own.
Yeah, I can't.
So, I was recently with, Middle-Aged and Creeped Out. They're another podcast and they're local here to Indiana. And they saw my schedule.
There you go.
This is my schedule. He said that is the biggest schedule I think I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
But I live and breathe by this thing because I will forget. I just can't. I work in the medical field by day. That's my big girl job. And I had a patient in and they said, I need it written down because otherwise I'll forget by the time I get out of the building into the car. I said,
right.
You get out to the car before you forget something? I turn around and it's just gone.
Right, yeah. I usually try to add everything to that Google Calendar and, it'll send you a little ding on your phone that, hey, you got this to do, but you have to put it in there first. And I found that out today.
I don't like Google Calendar. I don't know why. I love Google. And Gmail is great, but the Google Calendar doesn't do it. I guess I prefer to have it written down. And then,
yeah, I agree with that totally.
My calendar.
I screwed up today, that's for sure.
Well,
But I did just get done having an interesting interview, and I actually told those guys if you're looking for any guests, they would be willing. They're wanting to come on your show as well.
Oh,
so
absolutely. Yeah, I was like, oh, good. I put myself together today, so I'll make a video about wanting guests.
No, those guys, they have a lot. We cut off our recording at about an hour, and they could have probably went another 2 hours.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so if you want to speak, I'll give you their stuff after we get done recording here. And they have a lot of experiences. They're from South Carolina. Seem like pretty good guys, man.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah. No, I'll definitely I'll have to get that information, and I'll be putting up. So I have TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. I have it all, and I usually everything that ends up on one ends up on all of it. So hopefully, I'll get some good stuff scheduled as well, because I still do like to do just standalone episodes, just me on there talking about things, but they're not as interesting because it's just me yapping. So myself.
Yeah, I tried one of those episodes this week, the first one I ever done this week, and I'm covering haunted summer camps of America. So it's different. Sitting here talking to a microphone by yourself, it's definitely different. But seemed pretty cool though, and I've got pretty good reaction from it. So I'm gonna do another, and we'll see how it works. See how it comes out.
Excellent. Yeah, I think ideally I would probably like to do 1 or 2 collaborations a month, and then the rest kind of myself. Or what we do. I usually do an episode before we go out on investigations, and we'll talk about where we're going, the history of it, the hauntings that are associated with it, things like that. And then we'll come back after the investigation, within a few weeks, time permitting, because there's 6 of us that we have to work out the schedule for in the investigative group. And then we'll do a post-investigation sit down, and we'll talk about what we witnessed and things that we caught and evidence and stuff like that. So that's worked pretty well. We like doing that.
Yeah, I don't have a paranormal team. I'm too chicken to do it. So I'll sit here and talk to people about it all day long, but I'm not going to do it. That's for sure.
You're in Tennessee. You've got some good places down there.
I know. I'll just stay right here in this little room and talk about it too.
In that chair.
Yeah.
Well, you. It seems like you have had some
yeah, that's the problem.
Though.
Look, man, when everybody started watching these paranormal shows when they first come out, called like Ghost Hunters and all that good stuff, right? Well, I was right in the middle of it. I was going to be a ghost hunter, So about 20 years ago, I'm out in the graveyard about 1:00 in the morning by myself walking around. I didn't even have a recorder. I had like like you can picture what laptops looked like 20 years ago. I had one of them walking around in the graveyard just recording because, you could just, I guess, somehow it had a voice recorder on it, whatever. And I was walking around there and, by myself, 1:00 in the morning in the graveyard. And, you're asking questions. And I said, this is your last chance to show us anything. And then I shut the laptop and I went home. Well, I got home and I started listening over my recordings, and plain as day, man, as soon as I get done saying, this is your last chance to show us something, and you hear a little girl say, "Where's my mommy?"
Oh.
And it was the first time I had ever done that. And I was like, it's like, wow, this stuff really happened, because I sit and watch that stuff on TV and I'm like, man, that's rigged. There's somebody doing it. But this was me, and I live in a rural place. So there was nobody hiding in the bushes saying that while I was doing this. So that was absolutely real. And at that point I couldn't explain it because I was there and I was by myself. And then about that, my kids were, younger at that point. So my son runs out of the bedroom and goes in the living room, like, what are you doing? Because this was like 3:00 in the morning. And my daughter's name's Breeley. And he said, look, if Breeley's going to be up, I'm going to be up, because he's going to go watch TV. I said, what are you talking about, Breeley? I said, Breeley's laying here in the bed asleep. He said, nope, I seen her run from the bedroom in here to the living room.
Oh.
And I said, okay, I know what I've done now. So I go back to the graveyard the next day.
Kid home.
Yeah, I brought one home. And that's no joke. To this day, we say she's still here. But I'll go back to the graveyard, and where I was standing, where I got that EVP, there's a little tombstone, and her name was Debbie Derrick, and she was 7 years old. And my last name's Derrick. And if you live in a town where, the population's, 1,000 people, chances are we're on the same tree there in the whatever you call that thing, family roots. What's that thing called? Family tree?
Yeah.
So chances are she's in my family tree if we have the same last name. But, and again, that night after it happened, I got sick. It was just not a pleasurable experience for me. And we started seeing her running through the house periodically. To this day, we'll still see her. So yeah, that was my first experience, and that's why I haven't been back since. Because you can bring that stuff home with you,
Yep.
Luckily, I just got a nice little girl this time. It could have been something else,
Oh man. Yeah, I've my experiences started when I was about 6 or 7. It was after I moved to the States, because I was born overseas in England.
Nice.
And I lived in Delaware and Georgetown, Delaware. And there were historic homes, on the registry and stuff. And we lived in one of them. And my parents' friends lived in another one in town. And in 1994, I think, 95, there was a big ice storm, and it had knocked out the power for about a week. And so the fireplaces in our house were not functional. And so we had gone to stay with them for, I think it was just ended up being a few days that we were over there. But yeah, lady, pretty much not fully formed, kind of see through a little bit. Period clothes. She was in a rocking chair in one of the rooms, and didn't have the fireplace on in that room. They kept it in the main area. I was playing with her kids, and I was running around the house, and saw one crazy. Just in the rocking chair, and I've had plenty of stuff since. So,
and see, I try to ask myself, people that, because there's naysayers out there, people that don't have an open mind. I'm like, how do you explain that? Because you're not making that up.
Right.
It's like when I got that EVP, there wasn't anybody hiding in the bushes out there, saying that to me. That really happened. So I just don't understand how people can just say, nope, that stuff doesn't exist. I've never bought into that. And it's because of stuff like that,
maybe they've just never had an experience, or maybe they have, and it is just easier for them to rationalize it away.
Right.
and say that it doesn't exist because maybe they feel like that makes them crazy. I'm not really sure. My dad is one of those people. He does not believe in it. He's very religious. So me being me and who I am as a person, I'm pretty much demonic.
Well,
in his
especially
eyes.
like I live in the Bible Belt down here in Tennessee, and and I'm a religious person, but I don't necessarily believe like everybody believes. I kind of have my own beliefs about everything.
Right.
But if you're going to host a paranormal show, you're automatically a devil worshiper.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
and I don't subscribe to organized religion.
I don't think I do either, to be honest with you.
I believe that there are higher powers. I don't believe that there's just a singular one. I don't. I believe in don't believe in God in the way that other people believe in God. I'll just say that. I have a lot of trauma where organized religion is concerned. Not just my dad. But I mean, I again grew up in Delaware. I lived in Connecticut, which is predominantly Catholic.
Right.
My grandparents were Lutheran, which is Catholic light. And so I've been very traumatized in my life where religion is concerned. My daughter was my firstborn biologically. I have 2 kids that are adopted. And I got pregnant with her when I was 17. And I was told that I could not go to church on Easter because what would people think?
And do you think, I don't know how much you'd like to talk about that, but do you think God would really say that to somebody if he loves you the way that they preach to you that he loves you?
No.
That's what's the word I'm looking for? That's a catch-22 because, if he loves me this much, he's not going to treat me that way. He loves me, regardless. So, see, and that's the problem a lot of people have with religion.
Yeah. And that's why I said organized religion. I don't, again, I don't think I believe in God the way that other people believe in God. I do believe that there are powers out there. I don't even think I believe in heaven and hell, to be completely honest. Again, not as it is structured within like Christianity or Catholicism or anything like that. But I am very much of the mindset, treat people how you want to be treated, practice what you preach, and don't be cherry picking those words. I've got plenty of Bibles and Christian and all of that sitting right over here. I've done my studies. I did go to church for a lot of years. It was the people within those walls that were the big problem for me. So
a lot of things that turned to me, and I'm not saying I'm turned, but when church became more of a business than a place of worship, that's what got me with it, because I kept, we'd have like a big snow here. And I don't know if you've ever been to Tennessee, but in Tennessee, if it snows, we're done. If it comes a dusting, this place shuts down. And they, I noticed places, they just wouldn't call off church, but it's because they wanted people in there to, give their tithes when really, the roads are bad. They don't need to be driving. So, and I'm not saying every church is like that. Of course I'm not, but that's just the take I get on it. And that's when I started noticing stuff like that. That's when I started saying, well, now how do I really think about this stuff? So, everybody's got their own relationship. You just got to do you, you know what I mean?
Yep. And that's just how I am. I'm more eclectic. I am more spiritual in my practices. I just try to be a good person and treat people how I would like that returned to me. I will help anyone, even when help gets my ass in trouble, which I've had plenty of those situations.
I guarantee it.
I've getting screwed over. So.
I guarantee it.
Here I am. I'm usually the first one to offer that help. I have some people in my life going through some stuff right now, and I'm like, please talk me out of this. Like, what you want to offer my help and offer my space? And I'm like, girl, did you learn nothing in the last year? Take a seat.
Yeah, sometimes you got to know your boundaries, man. That's for sure.
But it is very hard for me because I do, I went through much of my life not having anybody in my corner or having very, very few people in my corner. And the people that were there, I think, to watch me stumble about, really is what I think it was.
That's terrible.
So I don't ever want to see somebody go through that. And so that is why I'm usually the first one. But I'm learning that, I'm almost 40 and I'm like, I've got to stop.
You're still just a baby then. You're still just 39. You ain't even got started yet.
Yep. No. Well, I'll tell you what, my lack of care, the attitude is getting real these days. Whew.
Yeah. I feel you.
I really am trying to focus more on myself and getting myself, stable and happy and healthy, and making sure that I am adhering to the boundaries that I am setting, and making sure that I am getting the respect that I know I deserve. And it's very hard. So
well, just keep on keeping on, man. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And try to enjoy every day. That's the main thing. Don't ever let anybody steal your joy. That's what I like to tell everybody.
Yeah. No, and I have had that. This last year has been very, very hard. So I'm getting back. The podcast is doing really well by very small podcast standards.
Hey, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, man.
No, I'm having a good time. We've gone on plenty of investigations. We're going to Waverly Hills in a few weeks. I know, I'm very excited.
I'm only 3 hours from there. I've always wanted to go there and I've never made it.
I'm so, so excited. So I've lived in Indiana for 11 years now. And obviously I didn't come here and right away know that Waverly was as close as it is to me, because I'm only about an hour and a half away.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was that close to Kentucky.
Oh,
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Indiana, where we live, kind of I'm just south of Indianapolis, which is almost smack dab in the middle of the state. So I can go east or west about an hour and a half and be in the other states, and south about an hour and a half and be in Kentucky.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
That's
cool. Yeah. I got a buddy that lives in Indiana, and he has a podcast called Myth, Monsters, and Mullets. And he talks a lot about Bigfoots and all them cryptids and stuff like that. But he's a cool guy, man. He's in Indiana, man.
I almost wore my Bigfoot clip and my Mothman earrings.
There you go. Somehow during these podcasts, I don't care what we're talking about, Bigfoot will get brought up at least once, man. It's crazy, man.
He's the big man.
Yeah, he obviously is.
Yeah, no, I love cryptids. We love cryptids. My investigative group and I was actually telling them that we needed to add cryptid hunting to the repertoire. And they were like, what would we even do? I'm like, go in the woods.
Right. Yeah. And yell. I'll go out on my kayak, man, because let me just get something straight real quick. When it becomes to cryptids, especially Bigfoot, I'm going to call myself a skeptical believer, because I want to believe,
Right.
But, me and my wife, we have
that have happened. It's hard.
Well, and that's the problem with everything, is there's always going to be some people trying to do crap like that and mess it up. But I have interviewed so many people that talk about Bigfoot, and several people that I know just are not going to lie to me. Because some people, and I'm sure as well, you can be interviewing them and talking to them. You're like, well, I don't know about this. Maybe they're just wanting to get on the show. But there's a few people, some like the guys from Paranormal 411 and like John from Myth, Monsters, and Mullets, that have had encounters. And I know these guys are not lying to me. They're just not going to lie about it, and so I have to put a little bit of faith into it, because either these guys believe what they've seen or they're lying, and I don't think they're lying. Or matter of fact, I know they're not lying, because, we've had too many conversations that are not on the show where, ain't nobody making any money off of a Bigfoot story,
Right. Right.
I don't know. I tell everybody, until I have my own encounter, I'll still remain a skeptical believer, but, I want to believe so much. I'll get my wife out on the kayak, and I'll start doing whoops and stuff like that. And she's like, shut up. I'm like, man, he might whoop back. You never know.
Right.
I ain't never going to find out unless I
right. Unless we do it.
Yeah. So it's funny, man.
So my family, my mom's side, lives on Whidbey Island out in Washington State in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, there's where some Bigfoot are at.
So there's like a welcome center kind of thing so the island, you can only get on the island on the north side by Deception Pass Bridge and on the south side by ferry. You cannot get on the island any other way. And so when you're coming over Deception Pass Bridge, a couple miles in, there's a welcome center there. And I was over there, I think it was 2 years ago now. My mom was having surgery, which was why I was there to help her. And so I couldn't stop. But there was somebody dressed up as Bigfoot out there. And I was like, I need a picture with this person.
No way.
And I couldn't stop. I was so pumped. She said he's out there all the time. So hopefully if I get back over there this year, I'll definitely be stopping to see this person.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. There's all like up around here, there's Bigfoot everywhere. You just have to, everywhere you go, there's a sign that says Bigfoot or something like that, man. It's crazy. There's a festival every weekend. There's something going on all the time.
So it's funny. Obviously, I live just south of Indianapolis. So it's a city, town-ish. I think we're still considered a town, but the growth is major over here. I hate it. And so we're not in the woods. We're not rural at all. And I work for a major hospital that's out here. And we had gone into the hospital one day. I'm an outpatient, so my building is like 2 streets down from the actual hospital. And we had gone in there to look in the gift shop, and they had a big Bigfoot sign. I was like, this is not what I was expecting to see in the hospital gift shop, but I love it.
Man, that make anybody feel better, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Right? I mean, if it wasn't so expensive, I would have definitely bought it.
No doubt. Put that in your background there. That'd been pretty cool.
Yep. So I have all my sleep token and my weird stuff over here. So
hey, I dig all that stuff, man. That's what my wife. If I could show you a picture of my wife's book room right now, it would look exactly like what I'm looking at right now.
Well, and then there's additional shelves. So
nice.
That's cornery. Okay.
Technology.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure. So full disclosure, I do have a haunted doll in here, so maybe it was Diana.
Well, sorry, Diana. We didn't mean to look at you for a minute.
Sorry. Oh, man. But yeah, no, I have lots of books, love to read, love doing spooky, weird things. So,
well, you and my wife will get along because I can tell y'all got the same taste, man. You'd think a witch lives here or something, but that's just not the case.
Here.
Oh, well, hey,
herbs are over there.
What is it now?
All my herbs.
Oh, we're going to talk when we come on my show. We're going to talk.
I'll pick up the actual camera this time. I won't move anything, but yeah, that's nice. All herbs.
Nice. That stuff fascinates me, man. It really does. It fascinates me.
Yeah, I've got lots of books and tarot cards and all kinds of stuff. So
wow, that's awesome.
But yeah, so Waverly, didn't know that it was a thing there for probably a few years. But I've been dying to go since, and so I'm very, very excited to get down there. With
that
my
should
team.
Be fun. That should be fun.
I have a girl, a friend of mine, another podcaster. She is driving over from Missouri to go with us. So
that'll be fun. Waverly, with that body shoot, you got to go to the body shoot and do all that good stuff.
Yeah. We just did Randolph County Asylum.
Oh wow, really?
And that was really cool too. Won't say a ton about what happened because we haven't done our post investigation thing, but I did see some a shadow figure there, and we had I know the rest of the girls had like a Ouija board session down in the basement in the mirror room and all kinds of stuff. So most of these places were always like, we'll go back. We'll go back.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt.
But Billy Creek was probably to date still the most active and like my favorite place that we've gone to. It's a very unique location. So Billy Creek they took buildings like churches and a schoolhouse. There's 2 different churches, a Catholic and Methodist, I think. Churches, one just like log house, a Civil War house is what it's called, just from the Civil War era. and then there's like the main store, there's a governor's house, but they took all these buildings, these homes from various places throughout the Indiana and like the surrounding Midwest area, and they brought them all to this plot of land, and it's called Billy Creek. And there's 2 of the historic covered bridges on the property as well.
Oh, wow.
And so it's kind of like a living museum almost. So a lot of the time when people are there, they put on like run fairs, and then it's part of the Park County Covered Bridge Festival. But they dress up in like period clothing and stuff.
Oh,
And
that's
they have
awesome.
like a woodworking shop and the metalsmith and stuff, and they have to work with the tools of that time.
That's
But
awesome.
then they do paranormal overnight investigations as well.
Wow.
And so
And
we were
you've done
there.
that?
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And we were in the Catholic church, and I have never had so much activity, and it was like intelligent activity. Like we were telling it to do. So we had our REM pods. We have each of our myself and then the other team. We have our own. And so there were 2 like pedestals, and one was up higher than the other. And so we had put them on one another, made sure they weren't like interfering with each other, made sure, everything was good. And we have this all on recording. I actually have this video up on my TikTok. And so we had asked it to light up I think it was the one by the cross. So one of the pedestals had a cross and the other had an angel on it. And the one by the angel actually beat. And I laughed and I said, well, technically it is by the cross because they're kind of right next to each other. And so we had ghost tube going and all of that too. And so we were like, there's one by the cross on this one, and there's one by the angel, and that's up higher. And then ghost tube said, I'm trying.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. So we were like, yeah, you are. You're doing great. Da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden, the one on the cross just started going off. And we were like, holy shit.
Wow. See, that's another one of those things. How do you explain that, man? How can you,
We were all just like, what is happening right now? Because it was interacting in real time, like to our questions, to our instructions, and then to have ghost tube all out of the blue say, I'm trying. I was like, yeah, you are. I'm sure you are. I'm sure this is really hard for you,
Yeah, that's insane,
and then
man.
we had cat balls, in the aisle between all the pews, and one went off, and then the next one went off, and then the next one went off right in a row. So somebody was walking down. And we were all sitting in the pews at the time and had been like the whole time. So it was really, really neat. Like Billy Creek was very cool just to see in general. And then just the interactions and stuff was really, really neat. So
sounds fascinating, man. Covered bridges are fascinating to me. And I don't know why. They're just a bridge, but they look cool, and
they're very pretty.
Yeah.
And there's a whole festival here.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's in October. It's a whole week, and it's
and really to be in October. I bet that's beautiful, though, man. To have all the leaves and stuff like that falling.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
So that was really neat. I was gonna say there was. Have you ever heard of Story, Indiana?
I have.
Okay,
yep. I've heard that name. I'm not saying I know a lot about it, but I have heard that talked about. Story in Indiana.
Story, Indiana is literally. I mean, the whole town is one little section of a road. Like you drive up to it, it's there. It's got the store and then a couple of buildings for the town, and then that's it. Like it's literally Story, Indiana. So in the general store, there's hotel rooms upstairs, and one of those rooms is for the Blue Lady room, and she's one. Yeah, that haunts there. She's very, very famous ghost there. I think that was actually the very first episode I ever put out was about Story, Indiana.
Maybe that's where I heard it because I was going back listening to all your episodes. That may be where I've heard about it at. Then.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that was my very first one. But I had gone out there, and the owners are very nice, and sometimes they'll let you, if they don't have anybody up in the rooms and stuff, they'll let you go in there and just walk around and everything. Mm-hmm. And I used to work down in Brown County, which is about 20 minutes out, the Brown County like the state park in downtown Nashville is like 20 minutes away from Story. So I drove out there one day and asked if I could go up and just see the room, take pictures, and walk around. And again, had ghost tube going, and I was just walking around taking the pictures and stuff. Got pretty much nothing. It was really, really quiet. And I had gone out into the like loft. It was like a communal sitting area up in the top of in between all the rooms and stuff up there. And I had sat down for a little while, and then I was like, okay, talking, I guess I'll pack up. I'll probably go, blah, blah, blah. And I went back over to the Blue Lady room, and I was locking up the door. And I think I was holding my phone like this as I was like closing the door and everything. And all of a sudden, Ghost Tube said goodbye.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, you just didn't want to talk, but but bye, thank you. Like, you have a beautiful space and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I was just like, I can't believe that of all, like the whole time that was the interaction I got. She was like, bye, get out.
Get on out of here, man.
Right. Get to stepping.
Yeah, that's all.
Done with this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where I heard that from, because you went by yourself that day, hadn't you? Yeah, that's where I'd heard it from then.
Yeah, we haven't actually as a group. I don't know that we've not gone down to that area at all by our like together as a group since I met the in IPSI is what they're called. But that's definitely something we should do, because it's just a really pretty place in general. I like going out there just to like take the photos and walk around. Like, I don't even have to be actually doing anything, but just being there is very peaceful.
Yeah, no doubt.
And there's no cell service, which is great. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I love doing the investigations. I understand people's apprehension about them, though.
I'm just a chicken, man. I ain't got no lies to tell anybody. I'm just a chicken,
I like to be like, I'm so brave and I can do that. But I'll tell you what, we were at Indiana State Sanatorium, and it's in the middle of nowhere. It's actually a mile and a half from Billy Creek. So it's in the middle of nowhere. And we had done back-to-back investigations. So we went to Indiana State Sanatorium first, and then the next night we were at Billy Creek. And it was me and one other girl. We had stayed inside of the administrative building, and the rest of the group had gone back down. I think one was taking a nap, and the rest were like going to get other equipment and stuff. And so there was nobody there. And we're standing there, and we're like, getting our own equipment together and everything. And it's probably 10, 11 at night at this point, maybe. Probably closer to 10. And then all of a sudden, there was footsteps, not scurrying, so not an animal, but actual like footsteps above my head. And I was like, nope. So I got on my phone and I was like, Marco. Everybody like, hello, where are you at?
Right.
Oh, I started freaking out, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go stand on the front steps of this building until I see somebody, and I'm out there with my flashlight. Like, hurry the hell up and get back. I am not about to become a statistic because I'm in this building by myself.
Right.
So, but there was nobody else there. But that night we also caught a full body apparition on our trail cam.
Oh, really?
So that was really, really cool. That video is also up on my TikTok where we talked about that.
What did it look like? Was it a female, male? Could you tell?
It was a female. And we had, so when we got that, so this was in September, and we held on to that picture forever. I don't think I actually even put it out until December, because we were trying so hard to like debunk it. Because it didn't make any sense to us. So they had set up the trail cam, and it was set like any movement, any motion set to record, not take photos. This was a photo, just a still. And then the timestamp on it was when none of us were in the building. We had, like, they had gone in, done like a preliminary walk while they were waiting for everybody to get there, had set up the trail cam and stuff, and then left. And we went back down to the office, which is, then they do like the history and go through and give us the map and show us where everything is. And then they kind of tell you, what rooms experience more than others usually. I'm gonna blow this up. It's very, very grainy, obviously, on here. Can you see her?
Oh yeah, wow. That's plain as day, man.
Yeah, so it looks like she's in a dress. And you can look on.
Oh, that's plain as day, man. That's crazy. TikTok.
But I was like, I had a backpack on, so that's not me, because you would have been able to see my backpack. And then the girl that I was with also had a backpack. None of us were single, like walking around by ourselves, except for one guy, and he's massive and has like big giant curly hair. Like that's not him. One of the other girls that we did think it might have been, her hair is very long. This girl in this photo has like shorter hair, like shorter than even mine is right now, and it's kind of pulled back a little bit.
Right.
But Carol's wasn't. And then Megan's hair is very short and was up. So I was like, it's not one of us, but it is a woman. And it kind of looks like she's wearing a skirt and it's coming up almost like mid calf. So like an old nurse's uniform would have been. In the other videos, because we were like, I asked for like stills, like screenshot stills that were picked up on the videos of all of us walking around so that I could compare it to that. We all look solid because duh.
Because you are solid.
Because we are. But you can also see all of our flashlights and stuff in our hands and on the walls and stuff, and you don't see that in this photo. So I'm like I said, we did a lot of back and forth and lightning and darkening in the whole night. I was like, there's no way. And it's just one person in this video or in this still. So like it didn't make any sense to us, but we held on to it for like 3 months before we actually put it out on socials and said, hey.
Well, I don't understand what you would, anybody could say that that's not what it looks like, because it's plain as day. That's another one of those things. I don't understand how anybody could even argue with it, It's plain as day,
We just, our concern was that one of us like picked it up and it might be one of us, and we didn't want to put it out there if we weren't as positive as we could be that it wasn't one of us, like, because we're not trying to dupe anybody. Anything that we do bring forward as far as evidence is like, there's no other explanation for it. And so going forward, what we've done is we actually got like reflective belts. So we wear those now because those will show up and then we know that it's one of us.
Hey, I've got some friends that they run the Paranormal 411 group, and they have a podcast where they do live streams. They don't really do podcasts, but on their website, they have actually done all the coding work and created an app where you can run photos and stuff like that through it. And with using AI, it will analyze those photos and try to, like you said, debunk them or tell you what it gives you a printout of what it thinks it is, in other words. And if it thinks it's something that's not natural, it'll tell you, man. So you might want to just check out their website, man, and go run it through there, because I think you get like 5 of them for free, something like that.
If you see me like looking over to this, because I'm writing things down.
Oh yeah, I do the same thing. I have to tell everybody, if you see me look them down, I'm not ignoring you. I'm taking notes,
Yep. I always have a notepad or a paper or something sitting off to my side so that I can scribble things down. So you would never go anywhere?
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't ever go, but here's what I'm learning, because when I talk to you guys, I always want to know what you do to protect yourself, because I do believe in spirits, and I don't want to be attached to anything, because I do think that if you believe in good, you have to believe in evil. Right. And I think that I have to be careful with attachments. That's what makes me worried about paranormal investigating and stuff like that. Even with talking to people, this house is so active here I've had all my equipment completely shut off. And I've had, the last time I was talking about my house, my wife texted me during the show and says, "What are you in there talking about?" And because she immediately started hearing footsteps running upstairs.
Oh.
So even when you talk about this stuff, you can open doors or whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to call it. But so I just think you have to be real careful because, there is evil out there, and maybe I'm just afraid I'm not prepared to fight it, So that's why I just sit and talk about it for the most part because, I have to learn. I've learned about setting intentions, and I've learned about all that stuff through all my interviews I've done. But, it just worries me. I'm not going to lie. It worries me.
Well, and that's fair. I set intentions. I set very clear boundaries when I am out. So I have my evil eye necklace here. I don't always wear this on investigations. My daughter actually bought me, because we're Scottish. I was born in England, but my grandmother was born and raised in Edinburgh, Scotland, as was her entire family. So she came to the States right before 1960. Like, she just was always there.
Right.
So we have a very strong heritage over there. Well, my daughter bought me a necklace, and it is our clan crest. And so I usually wear that while I'm out. And I usually do like a little ritual, ask for protection and guidance while I'm out from my ancestors and stuff. And I will wear that with me. I know Curtis, he's one of the investigators. He will usually wear some sort of like a saint a necklace. And I think it's Saint Michael, actually.
Yeah,
I think that's
probably
the one that he wears. Some of them have coins. You can literally ask anything to be a talisman for yourself. It is really about the intentions that you're putting on it. So there's that. I have sage. I have spray that I bring with me for when I'm out. And then I just pay attention. Like if there was we went to Spirits of Marco. It was a church. It is a church, and they offer paranormal overnights. And so we were there, and I'm usually fine during investigations. I don't get a lot of like physical stuff happen to me. But that night I was like, I got so hot out of the blue, and then I was like, I'm gonna pass out, and I don't understand why. And then I got super, super nauseous. So I said, I gotta step away. I went to the bathroom because I thought I was gonna throw up everywhere. So I went and sat in the bathroom for a little bit, and then I came back and kept going, and then I got freezing, like chittering, like shaking. My teeth were chattering. Like I was literally like back and forth, like trying to get myself warm. And I was like, okay, I got 10 minutes. Like we'll do this for 10 more minutes because I don't want to interrupt what we're doing. But after that, I need to go lay down because something is wrong and I'm not really sure what it is. So if you know that you need to take a break or step away, do that. And then when I'm there, I will tell them, whatever is there, like, you can touch me, but you cannot scratch me. You cannot bite me. You cannot push me. You cannot pull me, and I just kind of list off like what I am okay with. If I am asking for something, like the REM pod to go off, or if I want them to try and move like the cat ball or something, you can use my energy or use, like, we usually have like the battery packs. If we have extra, try and use that for, to gain energy to try and do this with. So we're just very direct in what our expectation is, what we're okay with, what we're not okay with. And it seemed to work so far.
Yeah, I believe it because my daughter just turned 21 3 weeks ago. And first thing they done, her and her friends, they got together and they rented the old Harriman Hospital here in Tennessee. So she went on her first official ghost hunt a couple 3 weeks ago, something like that. So before she left, I said, all right, get in here. I said, we're going to set these intentions. We're going to do this. We're going to pray over you. We're going to do this. Because when I said, you better not bring nothing back to this house.
All of that.
Yeah.
There.
So, we done kind of what you just said. We just set the intentions. Nothing's allowed to follow her home and do this and do that. And she went up there, and she was, I think, the only person there that didn't have an experience. And I said, well, I bet it's because of all those intentions we set around you. So nothing was going to bother you, so makes sense.
Awesome. So we are literally like spot on as far as these kids are concerned, because my daughter will be 21 in 15 days. Actually, she turns 21 on the 20th.
Small world, ain't it? That's crazy.
Well, no, I didn't. I never went on like official paranormal investigations. I started that, and I think 2022, 2023 was the very first time I'd ever gone to like a haunted location with a group of people for an overnight. I always did like the Ouija board, and I went to cemeteries, and I went to weird houses that were abandoned and walked through. But yeah, I never, and then obviously I've had tons of paranormal activity and experiences, but it wasn't anything I was ever looking for per se. And I love it.
I love it too. Listen, growing up, me and my friends, we done the Ouija boards and we done everything that you could do, which is probably a reason why we're all having problems with our houses being haunted these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've just always been into this stuff. But my daughter wanting to do it, it came out of left field because she just came up to me one day and she said, "Hey," I said, "What?" And she said, "We rented in the old Harriman Hospital. It's like an hour from here, but it's like a hospital that shut down in 2013. So it's not like it's old and dilapidated or whatever you want to call it." She was sending me pictures of it, and it looks like they were in the kitchen. It looks like you could go in there and cook food now. I mean, it's not that bad off.
Yeah.
But it just came. I was like, wow. I said, "Wait a minute, you want to go on a ghost hunt?" And she said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Where did this come from?" But dude, she's a little mini me, man. She takes after her dad.
Yeah.
So,
well, my daughter is my creepy kid. I have 4 of them, and she's the only one. It's kind of a weirdo, and I love it. I love it. I love it. She's got the coolest style, and she's just a cool human. So.
Yep, that's my son. He's 23, and he won't even watch a scary movie. And my youngest son, he's my wife. They're book people. They read books all the time.
Yeah.
And then you got my daughter. She's just like me. She likes to watch horror movies and all kinds of stuff. So it's fun, man, to watch these kids grow up. But a ghost hunt that come out of left field. I did not see Brady because she in high school she was the cheerleader and all this stuff. And now she's the paranormal investigator. So
I'm so proud of her.
She had a good time with it, but she didn't experience anything. I said, well, maybe that's my fault because I surrounded you with all this goodness, So maybe next time we won't put so much goodness on you.
Well, sometimes it's just a quiet night too, and not everybody has the same experiences. That's something that our team talked about. I think the first time we really had the conversation was after we went to Rhodes Hotel. It was so quiet. There was like nothing. And I think that was the first investigation that we did since Billy Creek, which was so much activity. So we had really high hopes. We rode that high for a really long time. And then we went there and it was just dead silent. We were like, what happened? Like, why? What did we do wrong? And so, we had that conversation. It could be any number of things. They're not paid actors. They're not going to show up just because we want them to. Everybody has off nights. The energy could have been, just not there. They could have just not been around. I don't know how it works, right? None of us know how it works.
Do,
maybe they just didn't want to talk that night. I don't know. But not everything is going to produce activity. And I think that is something that, because of YouTube and all of the ghost hunt shows and all of the TikTokers and everything, where they go in and they're like there for 5 seconds and they're like, "Oh my God, doors are slamming and shit's flying all over the place." Like, I think people just expect that.
Right.
And I think it was Spirits of Marco. She said she had a guest come and stay, and he like wanted a refund or something because nothing happened. And I was like, you're not guaranteed anything, bro. Like, take a seat,
insane,
calm down. But I feel bad because most of the owners, like everyone that I've met, are just, they're great people. And a lot of them are doing this for the sake of the homes. It's not so, I mean, obviously they love the paranormal and they love the activity that these homes produce and stuff. Obviously, why would they be doing it if they didn't? But a lot of it is just the historic home. They want to keep that available and open and safe for people in general, and just for the sake of the house itself. And for anybody to just be mean to them over something as trivial as not having a ghost experience, like, get over yourself.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And she was so upset. It really hurt her feelings. And I guess he was really nasty. And I'm just like, you tell me who he is.
Yeah.
Girl, and I'll go over there and I'll have a chat.
Yeah, people are jerks, man.
They really
trying to
are.
ask for a refund because you didn't get any paranormal experience. That's the craziest thing I've heard of.
Because you're a jerk.
Yeah.
Think of that.
Yeah. Look, nobody alive likes you, man. The dead people don't like you either, dude, you know?
Right? No, I work in the medical field, so believe me, I see.
I bet.
I see the whole slew of humanity.
That's another thing. My daughter is going into her last year of nursing school this year, so I'm sure she's going to see some crazy stuff when she gets in, starts doing all that kind of work.
Does she have a specialty that she's doing, or just general?
Lord, I have no clue. No idea. I don't know what she's doing. They send her to a different hospital every so often.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't keep up with it, man. Who knows?
So I wanted to do OBGYN for the longest time, and I did. I was primarily women's health and OBGYN until 2021. And then I wanted to do it so bad, and I love pregnancy and childbirth and just, women's health, all of it. It was my passion. That's all I wanted to do. And man, it was horrid.
Really? Wow.
The doctors and the obviously not all. I'm lumping them together, but more often than not, like, I was treated so poorly within those offices that I worked at. It was terrible. I work in rheumatology right now, and I don't know shit all about rheumatology. I'll tell you that. It is a very hard specialty to kind of get a grasp on, but my team is fantastic. My doctors are so nice. My nurses are amazing. My other MA they're just beautiful humans, and I am so thankful.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. But no, I've never felt so like safe in an office. It's really it's eye-opening. It's weird. I didn't know offices like that existed, to be honest.
Hey, when you find your place, that's awesome, man. She's already told me that I guess it's called clinicals they have to do.
Yeah.
And there's already doctors in there that have got hateful with her. I'm like, do these doctors know you're a student? Why are they getting hateful with you, man?
They're stuck up. There's the entitlement of humanity in general right now is just astronomical.
Amen. I believe that for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I am very lucky. I was yelled at by a patient on the phone, and my doctor came out of his room because he heard me say, "You're not going to yell at me." And he came out, he said, "Who's yelling at who?" And I pointed at my phone. He said, "No, get off the phone right now, and you tell him that if he yells again, he'll get dismissed as a patient. Like, we don't do that here." And he's like, "You put that in that chart." I was
that's awesome. Well, that's good that they stand up for you like that, man, because people don't deserve to get treated like crap, man, no matter what, man.
No. So it's I don't understand rheumatology, but I do like my team. I will say that. I'm glad.
As long as the checks keep cashing, that's all matters, ain't it?
Bills are getting paid. That's all right. We're constantly every patient is different. Even if the diagnoses are the same, everything is so different within rheumatology. And so we're always just like, well, we just work here. Like,
I just answer the phone or whatever it is you do,
Yeah. But no. So yeah, medical assistant by day and creepy girl by night. That's me in a nutshell.
Yep. Same here. I work on boats and all that good stuff, and at night I'll come in here and talk about ghost stories to everybody. It's an interesting life, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I wouldn't change it, honestly. Well, okay, I'd probably do more ghost hunting and less working.
Yeah, if I could eliminate the fixing on boats, I would eliminate that today. Yes. I'll tell you that much. But hey, what can you do?
I was like, are they shooting off fireworks again? It's 6 o'clock. I think it was somebody's vehicle driving by, but it sounded like fireworks.
I keep wondering if you're hearing thunder here, dude. It's coming a tornado, a hurricane outside right now.
Gosh.
So
that was last night. Can you right? Like it was like rain predicted around 8 and 8 o'clock on the dot. Torrential downpour, thunder and lightning. I was like, what in the hell?
I'm beginning to wonder if I'm going to float away. If you see me floating away here in a minute, you'll know what happened.
Corky, wait!
It's something's going on outside. It ain't natural either. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay, so I lived in Alaska before I moved here, and Alaska had a tornado yesterday.
A tornado in Alaska?
I know. I was like, they don't even get lightning in Alaska. What is happening?
That had to be created by the government or something. Oh That's crazy.
My friend messaged me. She's like, what in the hell? I was like, I saw that this morning when I woke up because it, pops up on my phone because I still have people that I care about living in Alaska. And she's like, I don't know. I said, it must have been me. I said, I missed you. And so it was coming to get you and bring you here.
I wonder if that was the first one ever. I've never heard of a tornado in Alaska.
7th. It is the 7th documented tornado since Alaska became a state, which was in 1955.
Really? Well, that's still not a lot, man. That's crazy.
No, not a lot at all. Shit, we've had more than that in the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, we even get them in Tennessee here pretty often. It's crazy.
Yeah. What are you guys on the east or the west side?
Dude, Tennessee? I live right at the base of the Appalachian Mountains in East Tennessee.
Oh, honey, that's why you're haunted.
Yeah, I know. Well, funny thing is, I live in a town called SweetWater, Tennessee.
I love SweetWater.
Okay, so have you ever heard of the Lost Sea?
Yes, I have.
That's like America's biggest underground water lake or whatever you want to call it. So I've always heard that paranormal stuff messes with water, messes with it. However, water and paranormal go on. But I found out that they've never found the ending of this thing, So under SweetWater is supposedly just lakes under this ground here. And if you go just right out the door here to the right, it's like a swamp area. It looks like Florida. It's and that's where all this water is just seeping up out of the ground.
Yeah.
So divers have never found the end of this underground lake. And so it just covers the whole town. There's no telling where it leads to. And that's why I'm probably living in the world's most haunted house. I say that now, but it's not haunted. Well, it's not like it was. Let's put it that way. But there's just so much paranormal activity in this town. And I really believe it's because all the water that's in the ground.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you ever see the floating lights or what they call them, the will-o'-the-wisps over in Scotland and stuff? But
I haven't. No.
I hear they're very common in the boggy.
You know what? I don't never go hang out over there at the swamp area, but if there's supposed to be some wisps running around there, I'll go look at it because that fascinates me.
Just don't follow them.
No, because they're supposed to be leading you to your death or something like that, right?
Or something bad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on some kind of Disney cartoon. I believe I seen that.
Brave.
Brave, yeah.
Brave.
Follow the wisps. So, but no, I live right across the street from that swamp. I call it a swamp, and I'll start looking for that kind of stuff because that's fascinating.
So I love SweetWater. I've been through there, but I've not ever gone down to the Lost Sea. But it has actually been on. So I have a list. I have so many lists in my phone of places that I want to go, and that has been on there since I worked at my first OBGYN job here. So that was 2016 or 17. It's been on that list.
So what in the world brought you through Little SweetWater, Tennessee?
I just travel a lot. That's cool. I just travel a lot. As often as I can get out and go somewhere, I'm going to do it. I'll be in Tennessee again next month, actually, but it'll be in Gatlinburg.
Oh, I was at Gatlinburg last weekend. So.
Were you? Yeah, we'll be there for the Jeep invasion. My friend.
Oh, you one of them Jeep people, ain't you?
I'm not. No, I'm not. But my friend is, and he builds like the fenders and stuff for the EJ and the.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. I drive a Nissan Altima myself. So.
I drive a Mazda. 2 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he makes those. And so I just go and help him with his booth, and I make the shirts and stuff that he sells. So
cool.
I'm just going to be there along for the ride for the second time. And
well, watch out for the bears up there, man. There was a bear on top of the store we were in when we were up there. So
checks. Yeah. And then I told him that this is a non-negotiable, that when we go, because my best friend is flying out from Alaska to go and do this again with us, that I have to take her to Anakista for the Australumina, the night walk. It is the coolest freaking thing I've ever done. Like, it is so pretty.
I've never done it, but it looks beautiful, man. I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah. So I was like, she would love this. So we're doing that. Like, I'm not leaving until we do.
Yeah, that'll be a good time. Gatlinburg's a good time, man. So,
yeah.
A lot of people up there, though. But I guess that's what the Jeep invasions are for. You know?
Yeah. Well, even without the Jeep invasion, it is the most visited national park in the United States. It's, I don't even remember the number. It is the most ridiculous number of people that go through there every year. It's like in the millions.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
So.
Right in my backyard, man. It's insane.
But it is, I mean, it's beautiful. And we've been there a ton of times, and I still haven't seen everything out there.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. So, and it's growing every time you go up there, you see something different. It's crazy.
Yep. So, no, I am. But yeah, I have that traveling. I'm hoping to get back to the West Coast to see my family and then do some national parks out there, probably in around October timeframe. I've got a ton of concerts coming up, so
sweet.
I know. I love concert season, so I have all that. I know I'm taking my mom. I think we're going to end up going to West Virginia, to Harper's Ferry in West Virginia. So I'm excited about that, and that'll be happening within the next month, because she'll be here for a month to visit. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
The closest I'm going to get to doing anything paranormal is we're actually leaving tomorrow, and I'm going to Tybee Island in Georgia, and I've got a ghost walk scheduled for Savannah. And Savannah is supposed to have a lot of paranormal activity.
Yes. So I've not been to Savannah yet, but my sister lives in Georgia. She lives in Buford area, which is pretty close to Atlanta.
Right.
But yeah, I've not been to Savannah, but yeah, Savannah's super haunted.
Yeah, we'll be down there tomorrow, man. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll have a lot of fun. Be careful driving, because people are nuts.
Oh yeah, I'm dreading that. Dreading that drive. But
all right.
Yeah, your sister lives down there around Covington, Georgia. Then, because we always go down there. That's where the Vampire Diaries was filmed, and we go down there and hang out all the time, because that's my wife's favorite show in the history of television.
Vampire Diaries too.
Yeah.
There's a TikTok that was just out, and I laughed so hard. It was said something about, let's confuse all the people that have never watched the Vampire Diaries, and it was like a scroll through all the main characters, but this is also this person, but this is this person, and the same and blah blah blah. I laughed so hard. I was like, there's no lie here. Like, this is 100%.
Yeah, every person on there played like 3 different characters at some point, man. I never thought about that. Yeah.
At least. And then they threw in at the very end, it was like, this is Damon. This is not Damon. This was also Damon. And then this is also Damon. It was the picture of the crow. And I was like, guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's insane. That's funny.
Yeah, she'll have to look up that thing and scroll through, because it was hilarious.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got a good chuckle out of it. Well, Corky, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, everybody can find me. I host a podcast called Remember That. It's a horror movie podcast. It's available on YouTube and Spotify. You can email us at rememberthathorrorpod@gmail.com. And I also host the Paranormal War Room, which was kind of like the show we just done here. And it's also on YouTube and Spotify. And you can email me at paranormalwarroom@gmail.com if you want to come on the show and have a little chat with me. I'm always looking for people to talk to. So that's how you can get a hold of me. I'm also on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. So yeah.
For both of your podcasts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I'll have to, I think I've found you on all of them for the Paranormal War Room, but I'll look up the other one.
Yeah. If you like scary movies, check us out on Remember That. We have a good time on that show. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I will check you out. And then for me, I mean, if you're here, most of you know where I'm at, Ghost Tracks Podcast on all social media. And then you can find me on email at ghosttrackspodcast@gmail.com. And then my website at ghosttrackspodcast.com. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll let you get on with your evening. It sounds like you have some packing to do to prep for a drive tomorrow.
Oh, I got one more show to do tonight as soon as I get done here.
Well, then I will let you get on with that. And you have a good night and safe travels.
Hey, and thank you for inviting me on the show. I really appreciate it. It's a great conversation. And thank you very much. And I look forward to having you on my show in a week or so.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on and chatting with me, minus the technical difficulties.
It happens. Lord knows it happens, man.
Yep. All right, everybody. Stay creepy. Bye.
See ya.